What is going on, people? Zach here, welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm going to be predicting my Champions League games for tomorrow and Wednesday, and yeah, who's going to get where and who's going to get to the final. Let's get into the video. Just before we start this video, if you are new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, helps out massively. Yeah, we're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So, firstly, I've got them on my phone here. Firstly, Arsenal Bayern Munich. What a game. Massive game for Arsenal, massive game for Bayern Munich. Obviously, Arsenal, first time in Champions League for a while. Bayern Munich, only really trophy they got going for himself now this season, the only one they could probably get.
Oh my God!
So, massive games for both clubs. Arsenal at home first leg, which could be a key difference. Obviously, no Bayern Munich fans are allowed in the stadium, something to do with the UEFA or something. So that could be a massive difference as well. Tomorrow is the first leg at Arsenal, and I do say I think Arsenal are going to win this leg. I don't know whether it'll be comfortable or not, but I feel like they're going to win this leg. At Bayern's ground, I think they're going to turn them over. In my opinion, both teams are going to win at home, but I don't know what one is going to score more goals at home. But I'm going to go with Arsenal for this one. I think Arsenal are going to make it to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Next one, and this is the biggest game of them all, taking place on the same night, which is sad. Real Madrid at Man City, and the first leg is at Madrid. And we know how good Real Madrid are in the Champions League, except from last season when they faced Man City. They got turned over 4-0 at Man City. You've got Foden, probably one of the best players in the world right now, against Bellingham, probably one of the best players in the world right now. But Man City have got Haaland. They're looking stronger than ever, to be honest. Although they're not top of the Premier League, they're third. They're still in that battle, and they're probably the odds-on favourites to win it still. In my opinion, I feel like Man City's still got the quality to beat them. Real Madrid are favourites. I'm using FootMob, sponsor me please. They're favourites. I'm going Man City. I think Man City are going to win. I feel like Man City overall on the pitch have got quality in all areas. Now we're on to Wednesday's games, and we are looking at the first one, Atletico Madrid versus Dortmund. These two games not being spoken about as much. Atletico got the first game at home. Atletico Madrid are favourites. Not by a lot though. Malin's injury, might not be able to play. Depay's injured. Key players for both teams. Atletico got the first leg at home. I think they're going to win easily first home, not going to lie. But Dortmund, in front of a yellow wall, will they be able to bring it back? In my opinion, I don't think they will. And I think Atletico Madrid are going to go through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Who are they going to be playing? I might hear you ask. And this is a massive game. Not being spoken much as it should, because the other two games are even bigger. But PSG Barcelona is a massive game for both sides to get into the semi-final, get to the Champions League, and people think the winners of this game have a chance in the final. So this is basically like a semi-final, because people are underestimating the two from the other game and thinking whoever wins this one will be going through to the final. And Barcelona are favourites, to be fair. Obviously PSG, you've got Mbappe now. Before they had Messi, Neymar on top of that, but they didn't really perform with them. But they got Mbappe still, obviously. Whether he's going to be playing or not, you never know, because his manager likes to sub him off after time. This is a massive chance for Barcelona if they can win this. To get into the semi-finals and potentially the finals is massive. Their recent years, the last few years, they've been very disappointing. Having a spell in Europa League 2 seasons ago. So, massive game for both of them. It's going to be very tight in my opinion. I don't think it's going to be as easy as some people think it will be. In my opinion, I think Barcelona are going to win the first leg at PSG. They're going to win the second leg at the Nou Camp, in my opinion. Although they're not the favourites on FootMob. Please sponsor me. But yeah, I feel like they're going to do it. I feel like Barcelona is a massive chance for them to get into the final of the Champions League and potentially go on to win it. But they have to get past who I've put through. They have to get past Atletico Madrid in the semi-finals if they want to do so. Moving on to the first semi-final now, and this is a massive English battle which I've made. Arsenal versus Man City. What a game. Massive for both clubs. Both clubs will still be in the Premier League title race at that point, I'm assuming. So it's going to be massive. Yeah, both teams are going to want to be in 2 legs though, that's the problem. I feel like Arsenal can beat Man City on their day. We've seen that this season at the Emirates. But Man City can beat Arsenal on their day, and they probably would be the favourites, Man City, especially over a 2-leg period. That's the thing that gets me here. 1 leg, Arsenal could do it. But 2 legs, I feel like Man City over 2 legs would be stronger. Say they draw the first leg, having to play them again, I feel like Man City would be better at that than Arsenal would. But if it was 1 leg, Arsenal would have a very, very good chance of turning them over. But I feel like over 2 legs, Man City are just too strong. So I put Man City into the final. Now we've got to find out who's going to be playing them. Who's going to be playing Man City for for the 2024 Champions League final. And it's between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. Both of these teams would love an opportunity to get into the Champions League final. A lot of years since either of them last went into a Champions League final. I know Barcelona haven't been in one for God knows how long, and Atletico Madrid, they just lose to Real Madrid about 2 years in a row. It's a massive game for both teams. The favourites probably would be Barcelona. They still have the bottle, they still have the nerve that they did all them years ago when they had Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Iniesta and all the rest of it. Do they still have that, or is the new Barcelona not as good? And it'll be a tight game. Atletico Madrid will play it dirty. They'd be rolling around, especially if they're winning, which will make it difficult for Barcelona, especially if they're losing trying to get a goal in the second leg or the first leg. Yeah, so the Atletico Madrid to go 1-0 up in that game would be crucial for them. Barcelona would have to stay focused. They know they've played Atletico Madrid in their league 2 times a season already, maybe sometimes even more in the cup. So they know what they're going to expect Barcelona. So they'll obviously plan ahead of that to counteract that and all the rest of it. So I feel like Barcelona are going to win it. I feel like Barcelona are going to face Man City in the final of the Champions League, and it's one we haven't had ever before. So it's going to be a new Champions League final. And yeah, it's going to be a good one. So here's the moment you've been waiting for. Champions League final, Man City versus Barcelona. That's what I've predicted it as. Could go either way. But Man City, are they too strong after last season? They beat Inter Milan. Obviously, they were clean favourites in that one. Inter Milan, people thought didn't stand a chance. But in the end, it was only a 1-0. Rodri, stunning goal to win it for them. But it's a final. It's not going to be a walkover. No final's a walkover. You rarely see a final when it's 3-0. So it's going to be tight no matter what. Will Man City be able to do it 2 years in a row? It depends on how they do in the Premier League, how they've done in the FA Cup, because obviously in the semi-final of the FA Cup, the Premier League, they're still in the chance to win the title. So it depends how they do in there, whether their confidence is high. Obviously last year we knew they'd won the Prem and won the FA Cup, so their confidence was high. Literally the game before the Champions League final was the FA Cup final, which they won against Man United. Could that be a repeat this time? Could history be repeating itself for Man City? Obviously beating Arsenal and Liverpool this time to the title, beating Man United in the FA Cup final potentially, and then winning the Champions League. It could be written in the stars for them to do it again 2 years in a row. But Barcelona ain't going to be a walkover, are they? In a final they haven't been in for years. In the final they won multiple times years ago when they had Messi, and now their team isn't looking as good. There's a massive chance for them to write their name back into history books as a team that are dominant in world football, how they used to be, and they've kind of fell off in the last few years. So it's a massive game for both teams. But I think Man City are going to win it. I feel like they're too strong overall. You don't really look at Barcelona nowadays and go, yes, he's your player. Yes, he's your player to do it. Like years ago, you could pick out their whole team and they'd all have ability to change the game. Nowadays, they've got a 16-year-old starting. Obviously, he's unbelievable. Otherwise, he wouldn't be starting. And he's probably one of their best players. But is he there to change the game at 16? Whereas you'd point to Messi back in the day, or Neymar, or Iniesta. Any of them you could have named and they would be able to change the game. But do they have that anymore? No. But it is a final, so it could go either way. But I think Man City are going to win it. Let me know in the comments who you think is going to win the Champions League this season. I'll have another one for the Europa League coming out soon. Make sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know yours down in the comments below. I'll see you in another video. See you later.